Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope you're all having a great morning. We are almost to the weekend here, and we're starting off on a cold note today.
Absolutely. That's
we
an
had the
understatement.
scarves out. It was that cold.
Yeah. Gigi got me to drag the scarf out, trying to follow your example this morning. And it is a good idea to grab the hat, the gloves, the scarf, all the accessories. Wind chills are down near 15. And I don't really need to say much more than that. It's a biting breeze. I don't want to say strong wind. We're gusting 10, 15. But when it picks up a little bit, you'll feel every bit of that. So run out, fire the car up, get the heater going. I'll talk about that. And the big story, the big buzz all across Eastern Carolina. Sunday, will it snow? Won't it snow? Will we get sleet? Won't we? Where will it happen? What time? If it happens, I'll give you all the latest data. We'll talk all about that in a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are very curious to see what's going to happen Sunday. But it does sound like, from what we were talking about yesterday, the data that you mentioned, trending a little bit less impactful. So not something as,
absolutely,
wild.
Yeah. Yesterday morning, it was looking like a more significant winter weather event. This morning, not nearly as much so.
Okay.
And that's common. The weather models kind of flop around a little bit. You kind of use your own experience and look back at other storms. You filter that in. And right now, I mean, the way I'm seeing it, we'll get some wintry weather probably. It doesn't look like a lot, but there may be enough to get a dusting, maybe an isolated inch here or there, the way it looks right now. I'll talk about that and explain what I'm seeing here in just a little bit.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, before we do that, we do have a story out of Greenville. We've been following the NCDOT's project on Dickinson Avenue in downtown Greenville for quite a while now. They've been working on this project. And I know from the last time we reported on it was late December, and we were told by the NCDOT that they did push back the date of their construction project, when that would be completed yet again. That's happened a few times in the last few months. And we spoke with Mayor P.J. Connolly, who said that he and other city leaders are working to actually help maybe provide some kind of relief to all the business owners who've been impacted by this construction. Because if you've been over there, the street has been torn up for a while now, and it's hard to get to those areas.
When it started anymore, but it seems like that's, after a while, it's like, okay, this is just what it is.
Yeah.
and I know it's got to be frustrating for the businesses.
Right.
No doubt.
All right, so let's take a look at what they have in mind and when we could be seeing some relief for these businesses.
Crews were hard at work Thursday on Dickinson Avenue trying to finish up construction. But until they're done, the businesses along the street continue to hope customers weather the storm to visit their shops and restaurants. Now city officials are taking action to help those businesses until it's over.
We're kind of formulating that right now. We're hoping in the next couple days we'll have some concrete details on what the actual plan will be.
Even though it's a state project and not a city project, Connolly says he wants to give relief to those affected. The Dickinson Avenue Antique Market is one of those businesses. One of their vendors, Alicia Sharp, said she's glad they're doing something.
Well, it's delightful that they've actually recognized that. We're looking forward to any help that we can get.
Other businesses said they're eager to see what the city comes up with.
We wish that it kind of would have happened sooner. A lot of businesses are struggling down here.
Connolly said part of the plan includes talking to businesses and asking for their feedback on what could work. Sharp said she'd like to see more signage advertising Dickinson on other streets.
Maybe some flutter flags or banners or some type of method so that people really can see that we're open now.
Yeah, so hopefully once they figure out what kind of relief that they're looking to provide to these businesses, that it will help. Sounds like in the coming days they're going to kind of solidify those plans. So interesting to see what will happen.
Yeah. Everybody's anxious for it to be done, no doubt.
For sure.
And I'm anxious to see what it's going to look like after
it's all done,
once
it's all open again.
The transformation's over, yep. Interesting Sunday forecast for you. I want to share the details on.
I know Casey's saying bread and milk.
It's common words. You just mentioned the S word, and that's one of the biggies. We're not going to be clearing the shelves out on this one, at least it's highly unlikely as we get into the weekend that we're going to have a high impact event, which is good news. Let's switch over to the weather computer. First alert weather day Sunday as we track this coastal low. Primarily rain the way it's shaping up, but as it starts to move out, we'll get a changeover, I believe, to a little sleet, little snow inland areas. The question is, how long does that wintry weather last? How heavy is it? That will dictate the impacts as this system winds down late Sunday into the overnight. All right, breaking down the details. Rain to start for all areas, and it looks like pre-sunrise rain will start moving in. And then we get into that mixed bag into the afternoon, evening hours. Again, relatively light mix with some light snow there. Staying all rain, it looks like Highway 17 to the coast, based on the latest data. And I say all this, it's important to, again, reiterate, the model's still kind of shifting and moving around a little bit. So these details could, again, shift a little bit, but we're trending in the right direction. Those of you that don't want anything to do with any wintry weather. Given the latest details, not cold enough or a long enough duration of snow for much accumulation. I'm thinking a dusting to maybe an inch right now, some of the inland areas, the way it looks. Here's the model data, latest runs. Yesterday when I pulled this up, we were seeing mainly snow over eastern NC with rain on the immediate coast. Now the rain kind of pushing back further inland. There's midday Sunday, rain, light rain, colder air is moving in from the west, so the back edge starts changing over as we get into mid-late afternoon, evening hours, to a little sleet and snow there for maybe an hour or two. Again, that scenario, what I just showed you, if that verifies, we're going to be in good shape. That's not much of anything. Some of the other models show a little bit more, a longer duration of little wintry precip. Some are nil. This particular model right here is, again, light on wintry weather. As we go into Sunday, this is a tighter look into Sunday. 5 a.m., rain in the mid-40s. The colder air starts to really crank in into the afternoon. As that rain tries to expand back inland, the colder air is catching up with it. There's your transition to maybe some light snow and sleet. I think there'll be more than the model's showing. That could end up the case, what you're seeing there, but I would plan on a little bit better coverage mid-late afternoon, evening hours. If it doesn't happen, great. Overnight, as those temperatures fall, the road's wet in some areas. We'll get freezing conditions, well below freezing. I think low 20s by the time we hit Monday morning. So slick spots. Another breakdown for you. Sunday noon to midnight, the window for a little bit of wintry weather. Rain likely and only rain. Coastal counties, that light snow mix inland, dusting to under 1 inch the way it looks right now. And that would be grassy surfaces, not on the roads. Roads are probably too warm for any kind of accumulation at all. Slick spots certainly regardless, Sunday evening, overnight into early Monday. And again, keep up, watch all the other guys, Zach and Russell and Dustin. Check in with Charlie here on the CTV desk. He'll have all the latest data as well on how things are shaping up. All right, Greenville, that just updated to a 23. And occasionally that calm wind picks up to 10, and that wind chill drops 10 degrees below the air temp. So occasionally it feels like 13, 14 degrees out there. All areas in that ballpark, from Jacksonville to Dominique, freezing temps well down to the coast. Same thing for Casey. That frigid air mass is locked in. Clouds are offshore and staying out there. Again, I think we'll keep those blue skies all day. As you step out, it's 20 degrees colder than yesterday morning, give or take. So we've got 19 in Roanoke Rapids, Kenansville, do you one lower, 18 degrees, 21 in Kinston. Whew, cold numbers, right around 30 on the Outer Banks, upper 20s the Crystal Coast. So let's check the winds real quick. 7 to 15, west-northwest wind, gusting 25 on the coast. So your wind chill values, 11 in Goldsboro. That's my low number right now. 13, 14, 15 generally on the wind chills inland. The Greenville 23, again, that's just because wind wasn't hitting the gauge when it recorded that temp that is spitting out right now. Trust me, feels like 15 in Greenville as well. Right on the beaches, still teens into Carteret County, low 20s, Outer Banks. Frigid numbers. Wind chills this afternoon, likely in the 30s through the afternoon, occasionally low 40s there. Tomorrow, that's 61. That's nice. Wind chill's not an issue tomorrow. Fire danger risk is coming up a bit. The drought monitor has now got a severe, I haven't pulled that up yet. I'll try to do that for you at 8 a.m. But expanding drought status, wind's getting a little gustier, especially tomorrow. So maybe trending towards a high fire risk tomorrow. Keep that in mind. I know a lot of you may be burning tomorrow. Be very safe, be smart. There's no burn ban, but there are statements from the Weather Service about using extreme caution out there burning. All right. 8-day forecast. Take the numbers for you into the weekend. So today, mid-40s. Tomorrow, that's nice, 62 degrees. Southwest wind, 15 to 20. Just a little tiny rain chance, maybe in the afternoon, more sun than clouds. So you've got plenty of time to get outside Saturday. Nice start to the weekend. Sunday, not an outdoor day at all. Cloudy, raindrops, and again, that mix that we outlined into the afternoon. That may not make it down to the Crystal Coast, further inland for some of that mixed precipitation. And then Sunday evening, looks like that'll be pulling away. And then the numbers dropping to 21 by Monday morning. A little black ice, a little slick road wear too early on Monday. Fortunately, it's a holiday for a lot of us, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. The highs come down to the 30s Tuesday, but a dry atmosphere, sunny skies. And then climbing a bit mid to late week, try to get some 50s in here late in the week. Relatively dry generally all week. That may change Friday night, Saturday. Models hinting at maybe a rainmaker as we go into next week, and it's a long ways out though, so we'll see how that shapes up. As far as Sunday is concerned right now, again, still kind of those things, one of the deals here we're watching for new data, but the overall trend is a little better, a little less wintry weather, but maybe enough to cause some impacts into the afternoon, evening, more so evening hours.
Okay, yeah, that's good to know. And it does sound like pretty much all day Sunday we're dealing with some kind of precipitation, starting with rain, maybe some wintry mix in there as well. But obviously, keep looking in, checking in on all of our meteorologists, all their forecasts as it gets closer and closer to Sunday. We've got WITN.com, we've got the weather app, obviously on air as well. Just keep in tune with all you guys.
Yeah. And we have this kind of an event coming up. We're constantly kind of updating all of our sources and getting that new data out to you. And it's important because these kind of systems, it's like watching a tropical system. There's always shifts and changes, and that can have a big impact on how that weather unfolds. A little change in that low off the coast Sunday has a big impact on what kind of conditions we'll see. So keeping a close eye. But right now the trend is towards a little less in the way of wintry weather.
Okay, got it. And I know Harry's saying, hope we see some snow. If we do end up getting some kind of snow, be sure to send us some photos of it as well. We've got our Carolina camera on our website where you can submit photos to us, and hopefully we can show them on air throughout the day Sunday if things do turn out that way. We'll see.
And the chance for that would be later in the day Sunday, but I agree.
Yeah.
We love the pictures. No way to verify, better way to verify what's going on than to see it and to have you guys help us out with that task. So keep coming.
All right, awesome. Well, just want to say thank you to everyone for joining us this morning. Also, good morning to Susan Davis from Stumpy Point. Casey's asking us, Miami Hurricanes or Indiana in the Natty? That's a good question. I have a lot of, so I have friends in both from Miami and Indiana. I think a lot more friends from Indiana are really looking forward to it. So we'll see.
I'm a Florida State Seminole.
That's true. So
we're anti-Miami.
Yeah.
Anti-Gators, anti-Miami.
Okay, I think we're saying Indiana then.
I hope Indiana wins. I don't really know who's going to win, though. And Casey, who do you think is going to win? Hopefully, I'm hoping Indiana can pull out that win.
Yeah, it would be pretty awesome.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you again. We'll be back at 8 a.m. for another news and weather update. Have a great day.
There's a lot of.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by Toyota of Goldsboro.